Hello, it's Mosley from Mo Advice, where we give you the real information about college, money, and making smart choices for your future. So let's talk about something that's both urgent and personal to me. Let's delve right into our conversation today, which is going to be about how college applications are up across the country, right? However, the students who are enrolling and getting admitted are not really matching, right? So many students are applying to colleges all around the country. Black students, white students, Latino students, they're applying at a record number, right? But they're not getting in at the same rate. They're not being enrolled at the same rate. So what's going on? And what does the Supreme Court's 2023 ruling on affirmative action have to do with this? Let's break it down today real quickly and talk about how you can still win in this really weird environment, even when the odd feels stacked against you. So in a couple of articles by Inside Higher Ed, as well as a new study that has been published by the Urban Institute, they reported that even as more students apply to college, the percentage of students of color in particular being admitted and enrolling are down. The numbers are down. So places like UT Austin, University of Texas in Austin, University of Virginia, where they have stopped using the race-conscious admissions because the Supreme Court ruled against that. They're seeing a sharp drops in how many Black and Latino students are actually making it through, as in like enrolling, being admitted in and actually enrolling into the college itself. So here's the twist, right? So it's not because students of color are not applying, because they are, right? They're applying in big numbers, but those applications are turning into admissions, right? Or enrollment. So in 2023, just to give a short background, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down affirmative action in college admissions. This means race can no longer be a specific factor, right, and decided who gets admitted, even if that student has overcome systematic barriers of racism, right, including historically being excluded from being admitted in these special communities, right? So now a lot of colleges who were using the affirmative action program or system are scrambling to adjust their admission strategies, how to create a mixed class, how to how to have their admission classes be a mixed group. So the ruling by the Supreme Court didn't just change the rules, it sent several signals. And a lot of students and parents are internalizing that signal, saying maybe they don't belong in the colleges that they apply to, and maybe they weren't meant to go to college, maybe they can't afford it. A lot of negative signs or signals are being internalized by parents who otherwise were, or parents and students who otherwise were interested in going to college, and knowing that might be like their best next step in their education. So I'm here to say the opposite. You do belong, right? And we need to shift the strategy of how to get in, and not the goal, right? The goal is for you to get admitted to a college of your choice. So we just have to shift how to get to that goal. One big issue that I have dealt with in my personal and professional experience as an admissions professional is something called academic undermatching, right? That's when talented students, especially Black, Latino, first gen, low income students, who are very smart, don't apply to schools that match their ability, or schools that actually offer the most financial aid to them, right? A lot of students who or highly talented, they undermatch when they're applying to these, to colleges, or when they're going to the college application process. Why? Why do you think this happens? Why do they think that they can't get in or they won't get in? Why do they assume that it's too expensive for them, right? Another reason why they could have not apply, or they tend not to apply, is, or they think that they don't belong, is because they don't see themselves reflected on the campus, right? The fear is real. But here's the truth, right? There are hundreds, if not thousands, of colleges that do want you, from small to huge, over 50,000 students, all male or female, military academies like West Point. All of these are available, but you have to know where to look and how to build your list, right? Your college list when you are applying strategically. And speaking, and this is why this is so personal to me, because when I used to be an admissions counselor, when I used to help 12th grade students apply to college, it was a mission of mine to introduce them the different type of colleges, the different options that they have. I would create college tours and take them to like New England and show them the different types of colleges that is available to them, from state universities like UMass Amherst, to private colleges at Harvard, or small colleges, Simmons and Amherst College, and is the variety of different colleges that are available to them. Or I would take them to Pennsylvania, where they could visit University of Pennsylvania's campus, or Temple's campus, or Lafayette College, and also Lincoln University, which happens to be HBCU. My goal was always to expose my students, because it is true, seeing yourself there made a big, big difference, right? By bringing these students to these college tours, counselors to these college tours, parents to these college tours, seeing that, that they can actually attend, seeing that the dorms that, where the students live in, eating the food at the campus dining halls, attending a class, right, with a professor, or asking questions from the admissions office. These are the things that made a big difference, and I made sure that they were exposed to that all the time. So here's the shift that I want you to make, right? Stop chasing what looks good and start building a list that feels good, right? And this is for students who haven't applied to college yet, or who's thinking, mostly to students who are thinking of applying to college, students who are in high school, thinking that college is on their path, if they're wanting to do this, right? If you are ready to apply for college, or if you're thinking about it, start your research now. It's never too early to look. Like I said, there's over 4,500 colleges available in the United States. The number might be going down, actually, because there are a lot of colleges, small colleges, that are either closing down, or they're the state universities, like, for example, the state of Pennsylvania, who's combining their campuses together. But the point is, there are options out there. There's a variety of different type of colleges that you can do research on and find out, right, what they're about. The right fit school is out there. It matches your academic level. It offers financial aid and scholarships. If they want you, they will give you the money. Trust me and believe me. I used to work for a really, 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 really expensive private college. And it was one of the most expensive colleges tuition-wise in the country. And I used to recruit. And I would see the difference. I would visit, the top private high schools in the country, and then I would make sure to visit, the income, the city, downtown city public schools, and I would definitely see the difference. In one setting, I would be asked about my university, asked specific questions about programming, and they were on top of their game. And then I would find myself in other schools explaining the difference between a 4-year college and a private college and things like that. So there is a college that fit your need, right? That offers scholarships and financial aid that you deserve and need, right? There is a college that supports your goals and your identity, a campus where you can thrive, right? And it could be a small liberal arts college, like where I used to work at, a top research university, or even an honors program at a state school or an academy, a military academy, like I said earlier, like West Point. The point is you get to choose. You have to know your options. So this is why, moving on, this is why I created a 14-day college list challenge, which is going to start in a few days, a couple of days. So look forward to more information about that. I don't want to keep you much longer. I just wanted to just give you the heads up and dive a little bit more about this topic of what's going on with college applications and students of color. And yeah, so if you're applying to colleges, don't wait, because your education is an investment. So be strategic about it and do your research. See you in the challenge. Take care.